Hi, Queen. It's week 4 of phase 4, Cocoon in the Wilderness. This is your last week of week 4. You are almost 2/3 of the way through this challenge. It is going so fast. I don't know about you, but I can't believe that we are getting ready to move into phase 5 next week. But staying in the present moment for week 4, which is ahead, there's yet another journal challenge. We talked in the past few weeks about the importance of being introspective and using our journal as a way to draw out some things that can help us with our resilience, help us with our character development, and help us to truly learn how to walk by faith, which is needed in order to reveal your inner queen of purpose. So this week's challenge, I'm reading from our book, is to journal about 5 small goals that you will achieve in the next 3 months. So we know that 3 months represents a quarter, and I kind of divide my life into the quarter system as well. But that's a wonderful period of time by which to kind of stretch out and space out some goals. Now, I want you to think back to your vision board. And I want you to think back to the little tiny action steps that just, maybe nipping at your heart that you feel like you can take towards even one of those goals. Now, if you remember in a prior phase, you were challenged to reach out and try to find someone from a networking perspective. That was in phase 3. That could possibly help you to move forward in one of those goals from your vision board. So now we're back to your action of moving forward towards a vision that God has placed in your heart for your life. What are 5 small steps? I want you to think so small for these steps that you're wondering, like, can this really be a step? Yes, that's just how small I want you to think, because I want you to think of 5 of them. And I don't want you to overwhelm yourself, but commit to 5 small steps, teeny weeny steps. So if you see yourself being an entrepreneur in the future on your vision board, don't quit your job this month, okay? All right, don't commit that you're even going to write a whole business plan over the course of the next 3 months. But maybe you identify what is the business, or brainstorm just some business ideas if you're going to be an entrepreneur. Who's the target audience? What is the product or service you're going to be selling? Is there any name that comes to your heart? These are pretty small steps. And if those steps are too big, you can break those down even further as well. So I want you to enjoy the final week of Cocoon in the Wilderness. This can be a tough week. Some of y'all are still mad at me because I made you think about who you need to forgive. Last week, I challenged you to let it go, and I challenged you to seek forgiveness. And, you may be licking your wounds of pride a little bit over that. It's okay. It's needed to move forward. One thing that I can say in closing that is a very powerful place of transformation for me in my journey is that word humility. I take the Esther Project Challenge every year along with you, and this remains one of the most challenging phases for me because it requires a lot of humility to catalog what your strengths and areas of development are, to think about forgiveness, and to even think about these kind of small goals. It sometimes requires you to examine things you've been procrastinating about. But what I want you to get out of this, that I get out every year, is the power that's available in this phase. When you don't allow procrastination, fear, self-doubt, and those internal voices in your head to stop you from moving forward, oh, sister, you have tapped into the power of being a woman on purpose. And once you tap into that power, there is no stopping you. So there may be some resistance during this phase, but I challenge you to tell that resistance, your time is up. It is time for me to take my position. It is time for me to allow the transformation in that cocoon to happen because I deserve it. This is what I'm here for. And this is the process that God is working out in me. So continue to work the process. Remember our affirmation this month, which is, I have God's favor and I expect that He will do exceedingly abundantly more than I can ever ask or think. I gave you a few biblical books to read this month as a wisdom challenge, Galatians and Romans. And I also gave you a few books written by some women of power and purpose that may help your journey as well. The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer, an amazing book. You must have this in your Esther library. And also a book by Valerie Burton, which is amazing as well, called What's Really Holding You Back? These are powerful books. So I encourage you to buy both of these to support these wonderful women of faith who are transforming others through their writing as well. But it's your time. It's your season, Esther. Become that cocoon in the wilderness and get ready for next week and next phase, because guess what we're doing? We are breaking forth. So get ready. But we have to do the work of this week and of this phase in order for breaking forth to even make sense for us. I love you. Remember, you are strong and beautiful. You are Esther. Bye, Queen.